My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, go to SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
Discover, this is Daniela.
Hi, it's Jennifer Coolidge. I just want to thank you for making me feel so special. I earned cash back on debit for my dinner party groceries.
That's great. But with Discover Cashback Debit, we give everyone cash back on everyday purchases. Anything else I can help you with?
Do you like asparagus and mushroom sorbet? I've got leftovers.
Introducing Discover Cashback Debit, a checking account with cash back. It pays to Discover. Eligibility and terms at discover.com/cashback debit. Discover Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome to Pretty Lies and Alibis. Join us as we seek the truth and travel the long road to justice. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another Saturday episode in our new Missing series. I'm Gigi. How are you, Fruit Loop?
I'm good.
Good deal. Let's get started. This Saturday, we're going to talk about Arianna Fitts out of San Francisco, California. She was abducted when she was 2.5. She would now be 8.5 years old. So her mother, Nicole, was last seen April 1st, 2016. She was reported missing 4 days later on April 5th, with Arianna nowhere to be found. A few days later on April 8th, Nicole's body was found in a shallow grave in McLaren Park. Her body was covered with a piece of plywood, which had a symbol painted on it. Investigators haven't figured out the significance of that symbol. Nicole was a single mom and she was struggling financially. She spent some time living in a homeless shelter, and she had a daughter who was sent to live with her father in Southern California. While she was living in the homeless shelter, Nicole met a street pastor, and her name was Limasani Briggs, and the lady invited Nicole and Arianna to come live at her house. Family says that the street pastor was abusive to Nicole. She wouldn't give her a key to the place, even though she was paying rent and babysitting fees, and would text abusive things to her. Nicole also thought she was going through her journal and her computer because the street pastor knew things about her life that she had never told her. So after a while, this street pastor started raising the rent and the babysitting prices. So Nicole used the street pastor's nieces, Ciolo Briggs and Helena Martin, and also her husband, Devin, to babysit Arianna. And Nicole's sister had told her she wasn't comfortable with this, but Nicole said that the street pastor and her nieces weren't really on good terms, so she felt like it was safe. So in November 2015, Nicole's sister Tess and her girlfriend, 2016, drove from Santa Cruz to San Francisco and got Arianna out of the situation, bringing them to Santa Cruz where they lived. I'm sorry. It was November 2015 when she got out of the situation.
Gotcha.
So the text messages from the street pastor continued, and Tess said her sister would get messages saying, "Bring my baby back up here."
So Nicole would commute 2 hours each way for her job at Best Buy and would couch surf during the week. She would leave Arianna with the street pastor's nieces for extended amounts of time as she tried to provide. At the same time, CPS had taken her oldest daughter from her dad, and Nicole was going down to LA for court cases, trying to get her daughter back. And I do know Best Buy did offer, they put in 10 grand for a reward on either of the stuff.
Yeah.
So a coworker by the name of Goyette offered Nicole and Arianna a place to stay once she learned Nicole was homeless. She bought Arianna a bed and wanted to get Arianna back from the street pastor's nieces, but they were reluctant to give her back. Nicole's sister and her girlfriend had not seen Arianna since February. And in March, when Nicole reached out to the babysitters and said she was ready to get Arianna, they told her they had taken her to Disneyland. This bothered Nicole because she hadn't been asked if Arianna could go. The day she went missing, Nicole worked her shift at Best Buy and had plans to meet her sister's girlfriend in San Francisco as she was in town for a job interview. Those plans fell through, so she went out with a coworker named Jacobo instead. They went to the mall, and on the way home, Nicole wanted to pick up a pizza for a movie night she had planned with her roommate. They stopped at a 7-Eleven where Nicole withdrew hundreds of dollars but didn't say what it was for. That's suspicious right there.
Yeah, and I know her sister theorized after all this that maybe she had told the people she would pay them for her daughter back, but it would obviously they don't know.
Yeah. So Nicole and her go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Nicole and her roommate started the movie, and Nicole got a call. She told her roommate she was meeting someone at BJ's restaurant and would be back to finish the movie. Her roommate woke up the next morning to an odd text from Nicole saying she was going to Fresno with someone named Sam.
Yeah, and the sister said that was strange because obviously Nicole didn't have a car, and they didn't know if she knew anybody by the name of Sam. But to add to the mystery, at 1:13 a.m., a Facebook status was posted on Nicole's page that said, "Spending time with my 3-year-old, need this break." And break was spelled Brake. And this was really suspicious to anybody who knew Nicole because, number one, Arianna was only 2 at the time. And they said she would have never put that her daughter was 3. And also the spelling and the grammar was way off, which was not like Nicole. One thing I'll say is in reading this, she seemed like an amazing person. She would, as a teenager, she did a lot of volunteer work and actually got some awards for her time and efforts. And everybody who knew her said she did everything for her girls. And single moms, it's hard being a single mom. I've been there.
Yeah.
And sometimes, it's all you can do just to provide. But man, she was really trying her hardest. A lot of women would have given up.
Yeah.
Just because it seemed like she never could get ahead. I don't want to say give up, but she never was defeated enough to where she threw her hands up and didn't try.
Yeah. And obviously she was working to try to support her child.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like she always was just going hard to do what she could. And she was never seen again after she left her roommate that night. And the day Nicole disappeared, she had also tried to go get her daughter. And she was really upset that she hadn't seen her daughter in a while. And the roommate suggested that she call police. Search warrants were executed at the babysitters' houses, but there was no sign of the little girl there. They've all refused to cooperate with investigators, but it should be noted that Helena, which is another one of the nieces, she served 6 years in prison for killing the father of her child when she was like 19.
Wow.
So they haven't been named as suspects in the murder of Nicole or Arianna's disappearance. I think they've been named as persons of interest. They all gave conflicting statements to authorities. But in the more recent years, authorities are turning their attention to Los Angeles as they believe witnesses may have moved there over the last 30 years. They've done a lot of work in this case. They've seized more than 30,000 pieces of evidence in the case, but it's just turned up nothing. And in April of this year, the FBI says that they have leads, but they wouldn't go into detail. So, it's one of those things where I don't necessarily get the feeling that something bad has happened to her. The hardest thing is when you have a child who's been missing from the time they were a toddler and now they're a kid, it's really hard to get that visual. Just this week, we had a woman in the Noah Claire case who recognized him, even though they had cut his hair. She recognized the picture she had seen of the 3 of them. In this case, it makes it a little more difficult because we have the age progression of her, which is the picture in your top right, but that's an estimate and the best that the FBI could do. So,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So if you guys know anything out there, contact the FBI, San Francisco police. It's never too late. You have the numbers, right?
Yeah. So if you have information on the murder of Nicole or information on Arianna, call 415-575-4444, and all this is an anonymous tip line, or you can text tip 411 with SFPD at the start of your message. And again, those are both anonymous tip lines.
Yeah. So they theorize they could be anywhere in California at this point, although it seems like now maybe they're focusing more in Southern California. So that's all we have about this case. It's a really difficult case to kind of get a grip on because it's been so long. So you have to I had to really watch that I wasn't putting really early information in when it had kind of evolved and proven not to be true over time. But there is the picture. We're going to put this on all of our social media. Please forward it, retweet it, share it on your Facebook, share it on your Instagram. And you never know. One of you guys listening could be that difference and reunite this child with her family.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we will see you next week for another episode. Take care of yourself, and we'll see you soon.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.